Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fantasy Feud. We're going to have a super fun game featuring our amazing panel of fantasy authors. Before we get started, I'm going to introduce the authors, then turn it over to Quinn, who will run the game. And there will be time at the end for you to ask the authors questions. So if you have any, go ahead and put them in the chat or in the Q&A box. And when we get to the end, we'll have an opportunity to read those out. In the meantime, I would like to welcome our panel of authors. I'm going in whatever order your bios were sent to me in, so no particular order. The first author we're introducing is Catriona Ward. Catriona was born in Washington, D.C. and grew up in the United States, Kenya, Madagascar, Yemen, and Morocco. She studied English at Oxford and later the Creative Writing Masters at the University of East Anglia. Her second novel, Little Eve, won the 2019 Shirley Jackson Award and the August Derleth Prize at the British Fantasy Awards. Her debut, The Girl from Raw Blood, also won the 2016 August Derleth Prize, making her the first and only woman to win the prize twice. Her short stories have appeared in numerous anthologies, and she divides her time between London and the remote English moors. Her most recent release is The Last House on Needless Street, and her next book, Sundial, is due out in March 2022. Welcome, Catriona.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
The next author we're going to introduce is Rika Aoki, she, her. She is a poet, composer, teacher, and novelist whose books include Henmele a Hilo, I hope I pronounced that right, and 2 Lambda Award finalists, Seasonal Velocities, and Why Dust Shall Never Settle Upon the Soul, and her latest, Light from Uncommon Stars, which I'm finishing right now, and it's excellent.
So good.
Rika's work has appeared or been recognized in publications including Vogue, Elle, Bustle, Autostraddle, Pop Sugar, and BuzzFeed. Her poetry was featured at the Smithsonian Asian Pacific American Center, and she was honored by the California State Senate for extraordinary commitment to the visibility and well-being of transgender people. Welcome, Rika.
Thank you.
Next is Alix E Harrow, a former academic and adjunct. Alix E Harrow is now a full-time writer living in Virginia with her husband and their semi-feral toddlers. In 2019, she won a Hugo Award for her short fiction and published her first novel, The 10,000 Doors of January. Her newest novella, A Spindle Splintered, was released in October. Thank you for being here, Alix.
Thank you so much for having me.
Next up is Amanda Foody, who is a YA and middle grade author of the Shadow Game series, the Wilderlore series, and more. Formerly a tax accountant, Amanda lives in Boston, and you can find her on Instagram and TikTok. Her latest novel, All of Us Villains, will be released next week. And last, hi, Amanda, thank you for being here. Last, but certainly not least, is TJ Klune, the New York Times and USA Today bestselling Lambda Literary Award-winning author of Under the Whispering Door, The House in the Cerulean Sea, The Extraordinary Series, and more. Being queer himself, Klune believes it's important, now more than ever, to have accurate, positive queer representation in stories. Hi, TJ, thank you for being here.
Hello, thank you for having me.
All right, well, we're thrilled you could all join us, and I'm going to turn it over to Quinn now to run us through our game.
Hi, everybody. My name is Quinn. I am a librarian at the Berwyn Public Library, and I'm your game host, not to be confused with Steve Harvey, but I am your host tonight. So here's a little overview. If you haven't watched Family Feud, which I haven't, we're going to have 5 rounds of questions. And there's no teams, so you're facing off against each other. You win nothing but bragging rights, which I personally love bragging rights. So, and so at the start of each round, I'll ask a question. You raise your sword, your Chauncey, whatever you have to, basically it's your buzzer. And whoever answers first gets to answer first, or whoever holds theirs up first gets to answer first. And you get 2 points if you get the number 1 answer that was given. 1 point for everything else. And if it's not on the list, you get nothing, but maybe laughs. I personally think those are worth their weight in gold sometimes. And then after everyone gets a chance to respond, if we still have answers, we'll do one more round and then go from there. It's pretty.
So there's no multiple choice or anything. We just
you
say things that come in our
whatever
heads.
pops in your old noggin. And
That's how this is going to go.
Sounds great.
That these answers were given by Tor Books employees, so maybe like put on your like thinking.
Yeah, so go deep and dark, everyone.
Yes, exactly. All right, and if you can't hear me, let me know. I will try to enunciate. I can go louder, so just let me know. So our first round, are you all ready? Do you have your implements prepared?
Yeah, super ready.
All right, this is a good starter. Name a magical creature you would find in a fantasy. Okay, Alex is first.
Dragon.
That is the number one answer.
Yeah, it is.
Crap, that was going to be my answer. Oh.
Yeah. That's also Hannah's answer. She loves dragons. Who's next? Who wants to answer next?
I'll go.
Okay, TJ.
Wait, crap. Is elf a creature?
Yes, that's our third most popular answer. So you get a point. Excellent.
Okay, I'll go. Oh,
Catriona.
wait, sorry, I forgot.
That's okay. We're not formal about rules here.
I think I'm going to go with unicorn.
That's our number two answer. Wow, you all are on a roll.
Wow.
It's almost like we do this for a job.
Rika or Amanda, do you have answers?
Do we have orcs?
No. Which is upsetting. That's
Come on, stand up for orcs. Gee. Oh.
Amanda.
I was gonna say Phoenix.
Also not an answer. Wow.
All
I
right.
personally would have picked a phoenix. I like the nice representation. We do have some more answers, so we'll go around one more time. Whoever
Okay,
wants
wait.
to go next.
Can I
Amanda.
try again?
You sure can.
Fairies? Are fairies on there?
I'll count it because it's Fae. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
That was also going to be my next answer. You guys are
I beat
stealing
you to
them.
it.
Oh.
Are there, oops, sorry. Are there mermaids?
Yes.
Yes. Oh my God, I got on the board. The ancestors are pleased.
We have three more. So, Alex, go for it.
Vampires?
No.
Oh.
Are there
suck.
Are there elves?
Oh, who said
I
elf?
said that
Someone
one.
said elf.
Oh, you already said it. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Am I out?
What about werewolves?
No.
Okay, this list is bullshit. I'm sorry.
Again, you can bring that up with Tor Books employees.
Oh, trust me, I'm going to.
Specifically.
I
Who
will.
apparently do not read enough fantasy romances. 'Cause let me tell you, there's vampires and there's
Seriously.
werewolves.
Okay,
Is
I
it-
will say what the rest of them are.
Are there
A
is one of them? Oh, sorry.
goblin,
Oh.
which, like,
Wait, orcs? But no,
are orcs goblins? Or
Well,
are they former elves?
no, I'm just saying that. Goblins are on, but orcs are off. Oh,
I mean,
this
if you
list.
can make a compelling argument, we're gonna include it.
No, it's all good. Two different gods. Go on.
I feel like I should have said centaurs, but I didn't say centaurs. The centaurs on
Those
there.
aren't it either. Manticore was one of them.
Manticores.
I like it.
Oh, geez.
It's niche, but I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, something I didn't know existed was a zombicore.
What?
We're gonna have some
Wait,
words
the
before.
last answer on that thing was zombicore?
Yes.
Okay.
Right,
no,
tour
this is-
staff, we see you.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
Again,
They're probably all
I
watching
blame
right now and
Renata
laughing.
specifically for these answers.
Oh.
But Hannah, who is our current leader?
Alex is our leader because she got dragons. Everybody else is on the board with 1 point apiece, though.
I feel validated. Yay.
All right, this is possibly my favorite question, but that's possibly because I read a lot of graphic novels. The question is, Name a superpower. Oh, TJ was first.
Flight.
That was our second most answer. All right, Alex.
Super strength.
Not one of them.
Wow.
Boom!
Oh.
Miss, I'm in the lead.
Oh,
Oh,
invisibility. Invisibility.
That's number one.
Oh.
That's number one, and one I would
Like-
choose willingly. Rika or Amanda? Amanda, with your
Teleportation.
sword.
I know, it's because my partner.
Teleportation is the last answer. One of them.
Wow.
I'll
Let's
take
see.
it.
It's
Well, let's
points.
try telekinesis.
Hannah, you're the judge in this one. I say it counts. Telepathy. It's the
Okay.
same thing.
Hey, you know,
essentially.
yeah, I can
It's in
say
your
hi.
brain.
Okay, thank you.
What was the answer on there?
Telepathy.
Oh, okay.
Mm,
There's a couple more.
oh gosh.
One of
Sup-
them you're not gonna get. I'm so sorry.
Is it Zombicore?
What'd you say, TJ?
Is it Zombicore?
No, it's not.
No.
No, it's not Zombicore.
Hmm. Is it super speed?
No.
No.
What? No super strength and no super speed. What are we doing here?
Oh,
What?
okay, so now I just need to run through the Avengers.
Is it that one where you can morph into different things? Like
shapeshifting? Kind of?
shapeshifting. That's it.
No. No. Think. I'll give you a hint. Think more like villainous.
Magneto powers? Sorry. That was
I
awkward.
got one.
Amanda.
I got one. Mind control.
That's one of them.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Any last answers?
How many are we missing?
Two. One of which you're not gonna get.
One of which we're not gonna
It's a good
get.
answer, you're not
Did
gonna
they just
get
put
it.
one answer on there, each one that just nobody's
Well,
gonna
they
get?
voted. They voted, and so it's
Oh,
ranked.
What about like
Mm.
multiplying yourself into lots of different versions?
No, but I
No?
wish that was something I had.
You
Make
can
life
produce. You can produce herbs and spices from your fingers and cook. Sorry.
Okay, okay.
That's
Okay.
called
Fantastic.
Sky high, and I'm living.
What's the stretchy power, like flexibility?
Oh, that's a good
girl,
one.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'll put you out
Oh.
of your misery. Oh wait, no, Amanda, go for it.
Oh wait,
Go,
I
go,
already
go.
went twice though. I already went
No,
twice.
it's okay. There are
Okay,
no rules.
Like laser vision.
No. Also,
Oh, okay.
good one.
I went
is
to
what-
The Incredibles, so I
regenerate
That's
them
exactly-
all out. Yeah.
And Catriona, that's not one either. I'm gonna
Bloody
put you
hell.
out of your misery. One of them is necromancy.
Oh, I almost said that because it was Tor, and I was like, that's not a superpower. God damn it.
That's not a superpower. That's a hobby.
Truly and honestly. And the other one, which I didn't think anyone was gonna get, is money.
Political.
That's what I want to be my.
But that is
Commentary.
Batman's power and Iron Man's power. So
Yes.
I mean,
That
we were
is.
just talking about Squid Games.
that's
Mm-hmm.
Again, you can blame the employees of.
I am.
Wow.
Do we have a new leader, Amanda? Or not Amanda, you're Amanda.
Sorry. Yes, Amanda and Catriona are tied for the lead with 3 points apiece. Everybody else has 2.
I'm taking this really personally, so you know.
This whole last round.
I mean, you all have swords. Just saying.
That's true. The sword
Yes, we do.
advantage.
They're so legit. Okay, number 3. Name something you like to have next to you while reading. Okay, I think I saw Alex first.
coffee.
That
Gotta
is
be on
the
there.
third most
Yeah.
answered. Who is? Oh gosh, I'm already.
It doesn't matter.
Catriona. I'll go Catriona.
A cat.
That is the second most answered question. TJ.
When Alex said coffee, does that include beverages at overall?
No, there are separate beverages. languages.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
T is the number one answer.
Hey.
wow.
I
Hmm.
see we're
Now
towards
I
a
like
heavily
Tor
T
again.
crowd. Amanda.
Yeah.
A candle?
Yep, that's one of the last
Oh,
answers.
wow.
How many
Yeah.
are there left?
Yeah.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They couldn't really decide on this one.
Okay.
Name
Is there
something
more
No, who
you
hasn't
like-
gone yet? Yeah, who hasn't
Glass
gone
Yeah,
of
yet?
name
wine?
something
Yeah.
you like to have
Sorry.
next to you by.
I was
while
thinking,
reading.
yeah, a lamp.
Vital.
No, because you need one. Otherwise, you
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
read.
That is the intuitive answer,
I know.
but that's not on there.
Ah, a
They
magic
went for
car.
ambiance over being able to see.
Scotch.
Did you say scotch?
Mhm.
That is one of the answers.
What?
Who works at Tor? I have a lot of questions now.
Yeah.
I have a feeling you know who works at Tor. Name something else you like to have next to you while reading. We have already done
Is it-
tea, cat, coffee, scotch, and a candle.
Are there any more drinks?
Yes,
We are. Okay,
That's it.
wine.
that is one of them.
I was gonna say milk. It's just like, wait, that's not the right answer.
Alex,
That's gross.
see
I
very-
feel like
See,
if
do
there's
something.
a cat, there should be a dog.
there is a dog.
All right.
Ooh,
All right.
That- oh, that's
good,
very
good,
good.
good call.
That's very good.
Who's next? Amanda.
Snacks?
No.
Oh,
Hmm.
Makes
Just
sense
beverages.
again, but no.
They just like to drink.
No, no,
There's
they don't like
They
Your
just
Yeah.
like to drink.
your
Oh.
phone?
hot chocolate. Sorry.
No.
No. No. Mm. Yeah,
I
if you
mean-
have scotch, you don't need snacks, Renata. I get it.
No, that's not true. I mean, these people
Yeah.
don't have children because my real answer is my children's Halloween candy. Like that's the correct
Yeah.
answer.
That's true. That's true.
Think about emotions.
Kleenex.
Maybe that would-
Kleenex.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Good one, TJ.
Chapstick.
Chapstick.
Because your lips get chapped when it's cold outside. It's
I
cold outside. Your
really
lips are
like
chapped.
that Quinn has been chill about every answer. She's like, that makes so much sense. You're
Yeah.
right. And she's
I
that one,
know.
she's like, nope.
No.
Your emotional support chapstick.
Yeah. You don't know what my lips are?
Is there like a blanket? Do people have a blanket? But it's not next to them.
No.
So
Oh.
no.
Pillow?
say that.
No.
Yeah, I'm out.
Anyone else?
There a red pen for editing?
There's a pen.
Oh
There's a
God!
pen.
Actually, that was not a serious
Wow.
suggestion, but brilliant. Okay.
Oh,
Is it-
okay.
is-
Well,
Sorry.
useful tools. What about like a bookmark?
Yes, bookmarks.
Oh,
one
Oh,
of
yeah.
them.
That.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Lamp.
Are any of
No
them like
lamps.
people, like your girlfriend or like partner?
No, there are
No.
no people. I think the people at Tor are lonely because nobody has
The burn! What a burn!
Oh my
I
God.
mean,
What about
it's a self burn at this point too.
what about cell phone?
Yeah, I already
No,
said that
there's
one.
only 2 more.
Only 2 more.
One
Uh-oh.
of which you will not get.
Is it a manticore?
No.
A zombicore?
More
Yeah.
scotch.
The one you won't. I'll say the one you won't get, and then you'll keep guessing. It's knife.
It's
That
just
was my
like
next
one
guess.
active troll at Tor.
Yeah, for real. For real.
Who
And I want to
has a
speculate
knife
on
in
who
there?
it is. Well, if you got to stab someone, then yeah.
Like, are you defacing library books?
No, I would never.
Knife?
Wait, was that it?
No, there's one more. It's a beverage.
It's a
Another
beverage.
beverage.
Beer.
Another one.
Here.
Diet Coke?
No brands here.
I'm sensing it's
Bourbon?
alcoholic.
Yeah.
It is not alcoholic.
Okay.
Beverage.
Water?
There we go. Catriona got it. The one essential.
I think it should be.
beverage.
I think we should split the point with TJ because we got it at the same time.
Oh, it's
I like-
not working.
Are you the same person? I've never seen you in the same place at the same time.
We're right here in the same place at the same time.
Who knows? You
We're
know
both
what?
right here. There's two different versions of it.
AI is working wonders, okay?
I really like how long it took all of us to get water. Like we're very healthy people. We're living our best lives.
I am drinking water right now. It's fine.
I mean, we'll take a little sip.
Okay,
Well, that
my
was
internet
round
went
two.
out. Who got wine?
I got
That
wine.
would be
I think.
Catriona.
Thank you. Can't get accurate scoring until we cover that.
That's
All right,
important.
and with that, Catriona takes the lead with 7.
It can't.
7
It-
points.
It can't. It can't last. It can't last.
I don't know. That's round 3. We have 2 rounds to go. So I think you got some time to still keep it. Oh, this is another good one. This is not necessarily fantasy related, but like tangentially.
Mhm.
Again, you can thank the people at Trope for these
Mhm.
questions and answers. Name a popular trope. Oh, Alex was on it.
Enemies to lovers.
That's number 1, and that is my catnip.
Of course
Thank you
it's
very
number
much.
one.
Okay, Catriona.
The love triangle.
No, and again, some of these answers are a mess.
Wow.
TJ,
Found family.
that is the second to last one.
Which
Okay,
one is it?
y'all
What
are
is it?
stupid.
What was
Found
that?
family.
Found
Found
Which
family.
of course TJ
Ah.
came up with because of
course.
House in the Cerulean Sea.
Yes.
Minor plug.
I've
Amanda.
got-
Death tournaments.
No.
Tor did me dirty. I feel left out.
They really are. I think they
Oh.
came out and were like, I'm going to victimize Amanda specifically.
Specifically me and my book. That's fine.
Catriona.
Do we have the manic pixie dream girl in there?
No, but I wish we did.
No. I'm losing ground. I've lost my connection to the hive mind.
I have so many ideas. I'm so
I
ready.
know.
It's hard to narrow it down.
Rika, it's
I feel
Rika's
like
turn.
I don't
think
know. Just
Rika's gone
thinking
yet.
hero's journey.
No. Honestly, some of these answers, I have a lot of questions.
Oh. There's only one bed.
TJ, correct. That was the
Mine.
second most.
I know the people in Tor.
There's only one what? What?
There's
Bed.
only one bed.
Oh no, we're snowed in at the cabin, and look, there's only one bed, and
Oh.
we're enemies. to
Oh.
And
lovers.
ideally we were enemies.
Oh,
Oh,
I see.
jeez. Really?
Do we have like the hero becomes the Dark Lord? Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting to raise my bird. I'm so
Oh, yeah.
sorry.
Probably.
Where's your conch shell?
I don't know. Alex. I think you were going next.
Amanda
Oh,
raised hers
Amanda,
first.
I'm sorry. Your little thing.
Well, are there friend slumbers?
No.
What?
Just enemies to lovers? All right, we see what's going
Yeah.
down at
You
Tor.
will need to talk to your Tor contacts about this list. I feel like somebody hurt them.
Oh,
I'm trying to give you a clue, but I don't even know how to describe these. Hannah?
Oh, we're
I got
good.
one.
We can keep
Yeah, I
going.
got
go.
more.
Okay,
I got
Alex.
more.
Alex's turn. Go.
Grumpy one and the sunshine one.
No, but I
Tor.
do love that one.
That is one of my favorites.
yeah. What about? Oh no, someone said it in the chat. So now I feel like I'm going to be cheating.
I
No.
mean, it's not cheating. You're using your resources wisely.
Say it.
I really added in my head.
Okay.
Amanda, say it.
Say it, Amanda.
Yes, that is one of them, Amanda.
How many do we have left?
3, and I don't know. You'll get it.
3. Okay. Is Himbo one of them?
No, but also a great one. I do love a good himbo.
Friends to enemies to friends to lovers. Because I like those ones too.
personally like the lovers to enemies.
Mhm.
That's like a good one. It feeds my petty
We have to
side.
get these. If we know, we fail as writers.
What about
Yeah.
rivals?
What
Are
is
there
it? Amanda?
rivals? Rivals? Is that on there?
That is
No.
distinct from enemies to lovers. It's a subsection for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Right,
Let's
you
see.
start as one and you end up as the other.
Rika, what do you got for me?
Yeah, the tough mentor who dies tragically.
I wish.
Oh yeah, that's a good one
Dating,
from
I
the.
also wish fake dating's not on here.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that's a good one from the chat. Okay, we need a hint.
One has to do with the place.
The place?
Think
Oh,
like fiction, fan
Magic boarding school? Like boarding school?
Oh, I wish.
No?
Like,
Okay.
not
Coffee
this one.
shop. Oh, sorry.
Yes,
Oh.
Alex.
Coffee shop
there you
AU.
go, Coffee shop AU. You got it.
Oh, gee.
Hannah,
Oh.
I don't know what these other two are. Do you have any?
The question is asking us to out ourselves quite a
I
bit.
Yeah. So.
Because are we gonna just stick with PG related stuff, or because
It is
I can go to the explicit rated fic tag if we need to.
What about something more horror-y, like let's split up to cover more ground? Or like, no. No.
That's good too. I love good horror tropes.
Yeah.
Post-apocalyptic dystopia.
Oh, also good.
How many do we have left, and are they
Two.
all romance related or?
I don't
Manticore is
know.
drinking
Yeah.
water.
I'm gonna out myself here. I am a romance reader. I don't know what either of these are.
So they're gonna be dirty.
I would say one of them involves things writers do to beloved characters.
Major
them.
character death?
Yeah.
Is that a trope?
It's a fic thing.
It's a fic tag.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I'm just going off
Yeah,
fic
it's like-
tags now. Where do you think there's only one bed came from?
Yeah. Hmm.
I'm
Me-
too
yeah.
young. I'm too impressionable.
Illness? That's what somebody just said in the chat. And I'm like, that I'm dead. I have nothing left to give.
I'm just gonna break the mystery. One is break the cutie.
Break the what?
Break the cutie. I don't know what that means.
No.
It's like when you take a beloved, adorable character and then
Yeah.
put them in a whole lot of just terrible situations until they're like totally broke down and destroyed.
Oh.
That's
Oh,
called
so-
writing a book.
Yeah, I was going to say, so like a book. Yeah.
That's just-
Yeah.
And the other one is Dragon is the hero. Is this like a Shrek reference?
Did Shrek write this?
That's that troll. That's a Tor
Yeah.
troll.
Step back.
Hey,
Wow.
I have questions. I don't know.
I don't think you want the
I was
answers.
about to say I don't think I want the answers, but yay! What is our point? At?
We have a three-way tie for the lead now at 7 points apiece. We have Alex, Catriona, and TJ. Excellent
Wow.
work with the tropes, Alex and TJ.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm ashamed.
I think that's kind of unfairly advantaged towards TJ, seeing as how Backlist is mostly romance.
Man, it's how we do. But you know what? This makes it awesome. It's a three-way tie going to the last question, and we're all going to biff it, and somebody else is going to win. So that's what's going to happen. So just keep that in mind.
My vote is everyone wins in a five-way tie.
Oh.
Oh,
That
that's
is
so
the
sweet.
utopia. It's the
Again,
utopia
I'm
we're going to
a
work
Gotta step it
towards.
up here.
Yeah.
I like it when happy endings happen. Okay, this one could be contentious. There are a lot of answers for this one. Okay. Name a popular fantasy film. Okay, TJ's first.
Lord of the Rings.
That is number one. Also have been listening to that soundtrack on repeat. Rika.
Harry Potter. I would hate to. I don't want to
It's
bring
not
anything
on
to.
Wow.
Thank you,
I'll take it,
everybody.
Alix.
There I go. Thank
No,
you
that's-
so much,
Defeated the
everybody.
enemy.
Oh my God, awesome.
Catriona.
Twilight?
Also no. Alex.
I think Amanda's was up first. I was so.
Oh, Amanda, I'm sorry. I like my
Oh no, it's fine.
Amanda.
Okay.
Go for it.
Chronicles of Narnia.
We have the
Oh, wait.
language in the wardrobe. I'll count it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
Alex.
Okay. This is based on tour. Labyrinth.
Oh,
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I,
good call.
Fun fact, have not seen Labyrinth.
Oh, you have to.
It's a very dangerous place to say that.
I know, but I felt I could be honest. Rika.
Never-ending story.
Yes, yes, that movie terrified me as a child, but I watched it compulsively.
Okay. In that case,
Catriona.
the Dark Crystal.
Oh, I love the Dark Crystal.
That's a good
That one messed me up.
No.
What?
I'm sorry.
How many do we have left?
What? Okay. Hannah, I need your help on this. So we have Lord of the Rings, but we also have Fellowship of the Ring, like two separate answers. They're
We
the
just gotta
same.
eliminate that one because that's not
Yeah.
reasonable.
Yeah, so we're just taking it off. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
A lot left.
9, 10.
Some of them are really stretching the definition of fantasy.
Yes. I have questions, Tor. I have questions.
Oh,
Okay, Catriona.
Willow.
Yes.
That's a good one.
It is a good one.
Rika.
Princess Bride.
Yes.
Good
Rika's
one.
dominating this category.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Are any of these animated?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, did they mean Ralph Bakshi's Fellowship of the Ring film as
that's
opposed
It
to
just says Fellowship- it just
the
says
Peter
Fellowship of the Ring.
Jackson trilogy?
It just says Fellowship of the Ring. There were no specifics. I was given no answers to that question. Alex.
Some of us feel that Star Wars is fundamentally fantasy. Does anyone at Tor feel that way?
No.
I mean, they're wrong, and that's fine. I can live with that.
They have related feelings. They have related feelings about some other movies.
It's space wizards, guys.
Trying to
Yes,
think of
it's
what was
fantastic.
that? What was
about-
that?
Oh, Rika.
Tom
Islander.
Cruise fan.
Oh,
No, but also a good one.
No,
Catriona.
Legend with Tom Cruise.
Oh, that's so good.
No.
No?
Philistines.
I'll give you a hint. There is a librarian in one of them. Oh,
Which was that?
Catriona.
Is it the Mummy?
It
Please
is
be the mummy.
It sure
Yes.
is.
That is a brilliant.
That's a librarian's favorite movie. of
That
all
is
time.
indeed one of my favorites
Wow.
as well.
It's just too good.
It's so good.
Rika.
Lady Hawk.
No.
No.
I'm surprised by that.
Wait,
That's a
hey.
classic.
Hey.
This is
Uh,
some weird stuff.
There we go.
I don't know.
Amanda.
I don't know where we stand on animated movies, but I was going to say
Yeah.
Spirited Away.
No, there aren't any
Oh.
That's a good
good
one.
ones.
Oh,
They're
It's
not.
so sad because there's so many good ones.
Nani Sore.
The Last Unicorn.
Shut up! Get out of my
No.
brain. I was just going to say.
Again, same person. No.
What about
there's
what
no
about
there's
Pan's
no more
Labyrinth?
animated ones. What?
Pan's Labyrinth?
Yes.
that on there?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
that's a
Oh.
good one.
Good
Okay.
one.
Good job.
That is a very popular one. One of these I would not, or actually multiple of these I would not count as fantasy. Catriona.
Stardust.
No, but such a good movie.
I tried.
You gave better answers than
Mm.
Rika.
Clash of the Titans, Release the Kraken.
No, but it is a classic.
The what? The what?
One of the greatest films to ever grace the
Clash
silver
of the
screen.
Titans was a masterpiece of something. It was
Of some proportion.
of some proportions, yes, disproportionate proportions.
Did they get weird with this? Like, should we be thinking about the
they
MCU?
1000% got weird with it.
You actually just got one, Alex. The MCU's one. It's like, that's just what it says, Marvel Cinematic Universe.
MCU? Oh my
That's it.
God.
Oh,
Brilliant.
gee willikers.
I'll give you a hint. One of them involves family, and family's the most important thing.
The Addams Family?
No, I know it.
Oh,
No.
This is the Fast and the Furious franchise.
It sure is.
That is not fantasy. What the hell?
You clearly have not seen the later
Wait,
films. You don't
the
know what
last-
those
the
cars
last-
do.
Wait, is that the last one? Is the last one where they went to space?
oh,
Okay, I get it now. That is a fantasy. Yeah.
they went to space? Oh,
I have never
Yeah,
seen
they
a
did.
Fast and Furious
They built
film.
the car and turned it into a rocket somehow, and then sent two mechanics
Wow.
into space. And I was
But-
just sitting there going, all right.
They left
trying to
physics
merge.
behind long ago. Long ago.
It's-
I
oh.
really want to know who answered that. I want to know.
I think that I do know,
Google
actually.
Inquire.
Catriona, you've got one.
Oh, yeah, I've been waving my bird for some time, actually.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Um,
I'm not a good host.
You're a brilliant host, and
Mhm.
you know you're wrangling this pony show really admirably. What about Maleficent?
No.
No, I'm just you know
Also,
what?
again, I would advise that you not think logically.
Well, yeah,
Um,
now that they put Fast and the Furious in there, I'm wondering, are they doing stuff like Aquaman? And
No, so there's no more superhero. There's no more. Oh no, there technically is, but it's very niche.
You shock me.
wait, a niche superhero?
Should I put you out of your misery?
Is it-
Hellboy?
Yes, it's Hellboy 2. It's
Oh,
Hellboy
Hellboy 2, the
2.
Golden Army. The Golden
That's a
Army.
good one.
Which is
Yeah.
very good.
That's the Del Toro
Wow.
one.
Yeah,
Very much
yeah,
enjoyed
it's
Hellboy
fair.
2's Golden Army. Yes.
I saw that in theaters. Do I remember any of it? No.
I never saw the new one because it just looked bad.
Okay, so we have three more. One, think international E.
James Bond? Well, Fast and the Furious, don't give me that look. Do not give me that look.
That's fair. As soon as I did it, I was like Fast and Furious.
No.
Rika.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
No. Think large.
Troll Hunter.
No.
Godzilla?
Yes, America.
Oh, okay.
Good one. Good one.
Okay,
Good one.
so
Very
what
good.
is fantasy defined as?
I think it was a very wide swath.
Okay.
Okay, we have two more. One involves a game.
Jumanji.
Yeah. And
Oh,
the
gee.
last one is solidly not fantasy. I want to fight whoever, besides Fast and Furious. Fast and Furious is not fantasy.
Rocky.
You know what? No, but I would have preferred that answer.
Die
Rocky
Hard.
2. Sorry.
I will say, Catriona, you are close in terms
Shut
of
up.
casting.
Wowzer.
What did
Sixth
she
Sense.
say?
Fifth Element.
Yes, Spindle.
Oh, well done.
Oh,
You don't have to give
Oh.
me that point. That was a steal from
That
Catriona.
was amazing. No, that was
But
amazing. That was
is
all
not
you.
fantasy.
Well, it's not sci-fi. Does that world abide by the laws of physics? I think not.
It's something.
Those hairstyles say to me fantasy. Magic is involved.
That's true. I
Yeah.
guess. I don't know.
Thank
I just
you.
automatically, when I think space, I think science fiction. I don't.
That's a lot of people's mistake about Star Wars.
yeah, that's true.
That's true. There is.
But I mean, if we can have Star Wars, and I can see Fifth Element, but I'm still sore over Fast and the Furious. What the hell, man?
I have never seen a Fast and Furious film. I thought the fantasy was that Vin Diesel and The Rock were friends.
Aw.
But apparently not. Also, Cassie works here, so Thanks, Cassie, for coming for me. Well, Hannah, do we have a winner, or do we have multiple winners?
We have multiple winners. We have a two-way tie for winners between, drum roll please, Alix and TJ with 11 points each.
You win absolutely nothing but Brad.
This is the greatest moment of my life.
I know you say
I'm
that
sorry,
like that's absolutely nothing.
I know.
I was
I
about
should
to
give a
say, you
speech.
both have hit the New York Times bestseller list this year. I think it pales in comparison to that.
I gotta say, this feels better.
It
It
does.
does.
It does.
It
I
does.
feel
It's
like this is going-
uncomplicated joy.
This is going to open doors for the both
You
of
did
us.
not have to cry or
No.
go through pain for this, technically. As I imagined writing a book, that is what it is.
I just wasted
That's
hours
right.
and hours of my life preparing for this.
But it paid off. It
my
paid
whole
off.
my whole life spent like reading fan fiction and watching.
Yeah.
Fan fiction is never a waste, okay? Never a waste.
None of the anime I was watching helped at all.
I think you should take that up with the staff at Tor.
I know the next one's going to have to be an anime quiz. An anime.
I was about to say, I feel like a strongly worded email needs to be sent to Tor and ask, who did this to you? What went wrong? Some of them are in the chat too, if you'd like to call them out. But now that the game is over, sorry, that's our closing announcement.
Yay, libraries!
Now we have questions for our lovely authors. Margita from Oak Park Public Library will be posing them to you. And then people in the chat, feel free to drop questions in the question and answer. If not, I will ask questions too. I have many.
Yes, thanks Berwyn for letting me join, because that was amazing to watch, and definitely some of those answers were someone chose violence, and that's okay. I'm amazed that you guessed some of those. I never would have guessed some. We do have a question. Cassie asks, in the past couple of years, I've noticed a lot of calls for own voices typewriting, but there tends to be a focus on realistic fiction. What made everyone choose fantasy as a way to tell a story instead of going with realistic and contemporary fiction?
Okay, I'll go since Noah's talking. This is look, this isn't anything against the question asker in any way, shape, or form, but I think the term own voices has sort of lost its sparkleness as it's been co-opted, I think, by some places where it doesn't necessarily belong. But look, when I was a kid, I never got to see myself in fiction. I never got to see myself in fantasy stories. I never got to see queer people being the heroes or the sidekicks and saving the day and stuff like that. So, you know, I live in the real world. I know how the real world works, and I've written contemporary books before, but there's just something about fantasy that it feels like home to me. And it's what I read when I was a kid. It's what I love reading now. And it's to be able to put queer characters into fantasy where for a very long time there was anything but, is not only an honor, it's a privilege that I get to do this. So the reason that I do what I do and the reason that I write what I write is because I know that there are going to be 15, 16, 17-year-olds out there who do not want to, who don't get to see themselves in fiction. And it's getting better, but we still have a long way to go. So I write for the people who want to find themselves in fantasy worlds.
So,
Wonder
oh, sorry.
No, go, Rika, go.
No, so I wanted to sort of build off of what TJ was saying. Right now, my social media feed, and I'm sure many trans people have social media feeds where they're just wondering who's going to die next, or somebody's going to say something horrible, who's going to, invalidate us. And there's this and in our world, in social media, everybody, if something happens to a trans person, everybody wants to tell the trans person because we're down with you, we're your allies. And after a while, it just becomes hearing all the shit stuff that happens. And I know I'm not unique. I know that it happens to all of us, to the point where we say, yes, we know she died. Could you please stop now? And I've been lucky enough to have to be able to write stories. And so I love my community. I love my queer family. I don't need to tell them that life sucks. I mean, we live that. We know a lot of dead people. I don't have to kill people gratuitously because gratuitous violence is something we deal with every day. So when I write my stories, this is for us to remember to dream, to be kind to ourselves, to validate and affirm ourselves. So in addition to not seeing ourselves, like as TJ had said, the things and the images that we do see are always tragic. They're always either or allegorical or over somebody else's political football. And, you know, in a world where we can't even freaking go to the bathroom, it would be nice to have a story where we can dream of going to the stars.
Thanks for sharing that. Anyone else have any? You don't have to. We have other questions, certainly.
I mean, those are two excellent and amazing answers. This is I don't know if fantasy is what I write. I think it's more classed as horror or shelved as horror. But I think there's perhaps a common point in that what I think horror or what's perceived as horror does is actually counterintuitively, and perhaps doesn't get enough credit for this, is actually built on empathy. It's the writer making themselves the most vulnerable that they've ever been, and holding out a hand to the reader and asking them to walk through the horror with them. So it's all books are that, but horror in particular, because fear is something that you're not supposed to feel as an adult. It's an emotion that it's a shameful feeling. You're not supposed to feel it. So I think that horror has a sort of kind of almost kind of reparatory function in terms of letting you walk through the darkness safely and explore feelings which aren't necessarily acceptable or allowed in our everyday daylight worlds. Yeah.
Thank you. Unless anyone else wants to add, I might go on to the next question if that's okay. Okay, I'm gonna ask, this one's a totally different kind of question. It is pretty funny. If your book was adapted into a film or a television thing or a jukebox musical, what song would you want included on the soundtrack?
Queen, The Show Must Go On, or Under the Whispering Door. Yes, because Freddie Mercury, and also that song is wonderful.
Sylvan Esso, I Was Gonna Die Young.
Lindsay Sterling playing The Legend of Zelda.
I had to look at that playlist real fast, but I Just Died in Your Arms.
Wow, that'd be amazing. Ooh, Jar of Hearts.
That's so impressive.
Who sings that song? Who sings that song? I don't know who that is.
I can't remember. Hold on, let me.
Oh, okay. Oh,
No,
sorry, I
I
didn't mean to do that.
Christina Perry.
It's Christina Perry. It's Christina Perry. That's right. Sorry.
Okay.
I Twilight people. Wait,
That's impressive.
Sorry.
I feel like, at least for me, even for a librarian, when they ask you like, "What's a book you're reading?" it's just blank. You know, just like, so somebody like on the spot a song, it would just be, my brain would just die. We have a question from Sarah saying, "Ooh, could be a hard one. If you could change anything about any of your books, what would it be and why?" feel free. You can be like, nothing at all. If you would, what would it be?
Or everything.
I'm going to say nothing because it's out there. I wrote it and I felt that way at the time. And obviously if it's in there, me and my editor and all the other editors thought it was a good idea to keep it in there. So I wouldn't change anything. I mean, look, is any story perfect? No. But the more you start tinkering with something, the more it's just going to not look like itself by the time you finish. It's kind of this thing that happens towards the end of editing. You start to nitpick. You start to nitpick at every little thing, every sentence. You start to massage every single paragraph and do every single thing. And there has to be a time when you say, done, it's over. I'm finished. We're moving on from this. So that's what I do. When a book goes out into the world, it no longer is mine. It becomes anybody who wants to read it. And at that point, I don't ever think about going back in and changing anything because it would just, tinkering with it is just never a good idea on my end, at least.
Yeah,
Please, I'm
I
so
was gonna
sorry.
say no. I definitely second that. But at the same time, so my more recent book that's gonna come out on Tuesday, I actually co-wrote with my best friend, and there are lines in the book that my friend wrote that I didn't write, and I never would have written those lines. They're not something that I would have ever conceived. And if I saw them on the page and I had free reign of the manuscript, maybe I would have changed them. But that's kind of the beauty of collaboration, is that somebody else is bringing their own instincts and their own experiences into the project. And it's for this particular book, at least, it's something that two people brought in different types of value to it. And so in theory, if you gave me the blank manuscript and told me to write the book all over again just by myself, I probably would have changed a lot, but I don't necessarily think that would have made the book better, would have made the book different.
I was thinking about my first novel, Hemele Ahilo, which came from a small press. And I had to I wrote a lot of that in Hawaiian dialect, and I had to do a lot of the proofing and push it myself. When I wrote Light from Uncommon Stars with Tor, suddenly I had Lindsay as my editor, Lindsay Hall, and there was a real team, and they really pushed me to do better than the work I could have imagined that I could have imagined was my best. I gave them what I thought was my best, and they said, "Can you give more?" And part of me is wondering if I recut that story. Now I wouldn't, because TJ is right. The book is finished, but it makes me feel, wow, what a great thing this is to be working with people who are pushing you. And I really feel the difference between my first and second novel, where I feel when I read Light from Uncommon Stars, I couldn't have gotten here without a really, really good editor and really good people around. And I think that's one of the real joys of working with Tor.
I'm in a weird position because I actually have got to do exactly that. Revisit an old book because Little Eve, which came out here in the UK, I think three years ago, and won the Shirley Jackson. But I mean, I think about 3 people in the world have read it, but Tor are publishing it next year, so I have the opportunity to go back to the text and look through it and make changes. It feels exactly like that feeling you get when you look at a photograph of yourself as a child, where you're like this mixture of fondness and nostalgia, but also like on a molecular level, I feel like a different person now. So I am going to do exactly that. And I don't know how it will be.
That's fascinating, just as I crosstalk, but wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, we'll see.
Good luck with that. That just sounds so, like looking at yourself, right, staring back at you.
Yeah, or they're like old boyfriends. Either that, you're like, I see that and I feel fond of it. I don't know why I went there, but no. It'll be a very interesting exercise. Not exercise. It'll be a very interesting re-immersion in it.
I'm gonna ask. We've gotten a few really great questions. I'm gonna ask one last one, actually from Quinn, because the shorter one. Since I have a few minutes left. I'm curious. What are you currently reading or could be watching?
I have a huge brag. Is everyone ready for my huge brag?
Yeah.
Makes me the most punchable person in fantasy publishing. I just finished Nona the Ninth, the third of the Locked Tomb series, Gideon the Ninth and Harrow the Ninth. And it fucking owned. It was so good. I love those books so much. And I'm just like floating in her amazing prose and absurd sense of humor.
I just finished Gallant by V. Schwab that comes out next year. And it is delightful. It is wonderful. And the art is amazing. And I'm also reading another book that I want to get the title right for because I am going to mess it up. Okay, it apparently is not that hard. Fairest, a memoir. It is about a trans and oh, okay. Well, I'll just say read Fairest, a memoir by Meredith, and I don't want to mispronounce his last name, Talusan, Talusan.
Oh my gosh, yes, Meredith is amazing.
It is. Yeah,
Meredith is phenomenal.
The memoir is wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. So I just recommend that for people.
Yeah, she's great.
I'm currently reading Vespertine by Margaret Rogerson. I really wanted to finish it last month for spooky season, but the double deadline has not had any mercy. But it is incredible, and if I had the time, I would have finished it in one sitting.
I'm reading, I just finished Mrs. March by Virginia Fito, which is not billed as horror at all, but just the most horrifying psychological plunge into a mind which may or may not be stable. I found it completely gripping. And I'm currently reading Thomas Alder, sorry, it's midnight here, I'm losing my voice. I'm currently reading Thomas Alder-Heuvelt's Echo, which is wonderful so far. It's about a mountain that comes home with the mountaineer, which is a terrible idea.
No, I'm reading a stack of student essays for English 1 right now, and that kind of segues into the book I'm reading, Even Greater Mistakes, from Charlie Jane Anders, which is a spectacular book. I had sort of drifted away from short stories for a while, but what Charlie Jane's doing with the short stories and taking these premises that she talks about and introduces each of the stories. It's how she can gear shift between one voice to another is just mind-boggling to me. It's a spectacular book. I mean, it just really shows how science fiction, being so idea-oriented, sometimes fits the short story form like a glove, and she's mastered it. Recommend that book, Charlie Jane Anders' book, highly to anybody who wants to see how cool short stories can be in science fiction fantasy.
Can I sneak another one in before we're done? I forgot that I just finished Nicola Griffith's queer Arthurian novella that's coming out, and it's everything I want in the entire world. I'm so attached to it right now.
I have such a fangirl crush on Nicola Griffith.
Oh my God.
I think we can say safely you have added immensely to our TBR with all of your recommendations. I can't wait. I will be rewatching the recording so I can write them all down.
You don't need to read my student essays.
Yeah, same for someone who has for the songs. We will eventually, I'm sure Bernard's will post it, and you can just get all the songs, all the books. You'll be set for winter.
Yeah, we're going into a long winter, and we're in the Chicagoland area, so it will be cold, more than likely, unless global warming does its thing. Anyway, I just want to take a chance to thank all the lovely panelists. Thank you all for taking time to come and play this very chaotic game with us and share your works and part of yourselves with us. It's been a real honor. Thank you, Tor Books, for bringing your authors to us. You are incredible. Special shout out to Anna Mers, who worked with me on this. She is amazing. We'd like to thank the Book Table for being our bookstore. I'm going to drop in the chat links to all the authors' books. So if you want to support your local indie bookstore and these authors' lovely newest works. You can get them there. You can even pre-order Amanda's book, which comes out next Tuesday with Christine Lynn Herman. Did I get that right?
That's right. Yeah.
I also am the teen librarian, so I'm like, I know I ordered it. And this is being recorded, so if you signed up for the event and you want the recording, we should be sending it out soon. And I think that's it. Thank you again, and thank you to Oak Park Public Library for working on this with us. You all are amazing. Let me make sure I get everybody's links in. I can't multitask.
You did a great job, Quinn. Good job.
You did an amazing job.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Is this the time where I tell you I'm not a fantasy reader?
Okay.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I have all of your books on my to be read, especially Catriona's, because I love spooky. It's just the time for it.
Now is my time to shine.
And thanks, Berwyn, of course, for including Oak Park and letting us be a part of this event.
All right, I think this means we have to bid adieu now because the library is also closing.
Okay.
Thank you so much.